But before we hear from Mr. Shabazz, I think it's very important that we hear from some special guests who came tonight. And let me be clear, everybody in here is special. But I have been given this task, Mike, to make sure that there's two people that Kaleem said when he was in the kindergarten, they were in the senior in college. I don't know if that's actually true, but he was referring to Mayor Tweedle, Mayor of the City of Pleasantville, and Mayor can speak for himself. But the other person, after Mayor Tweedle comes and has remarks, is Councilman Marty Small. And Marty, you were not in college when Kaleem was in the kindergarten, but Kaleem said he remembers you way back when. And so we'll leave it at that. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the Honorable Mayor, the Mayor from the City of Pleasantville, the Honorable Mayor Tweedle.
I hate to follow this guy. You know.
I hate to follow me too.
But you know, I'm from Atlantic City. I have affinity for Atlantic City. I want to make sure Atlantic City gets its best. Now, Kaleem and I were in junior high school together. And I'm telling you, I saw this guy challenge teachers and win. The teachers backed down and said, you know, you're right. I don't want to say your real name. I mean, not your real name, but your government name. And they would say he was right. And you know, what he's doing right now, he's been doing this for years. I mean, this is just going through the motions. You know, he's paid his dues. He knows what's going on. This is the guy that I don't want to follow him, but I want to make sure he's in the right place. So, you know, we can partnership with Atlantic City President as we've been doing. But he's a tremendous asset to Atlantic City. Whatever I can do for you, I'm here for you. And, you know, God bless you, and, you know, just keep pushing on. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. The next one, they call him tall or small. Marty's heart's in the right place, and I believe with the Marty Small and the Kaleem Shabazz leading our city council and city government, this town can go to high heights. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, and let's hear from the next council person, Councilman Marty Small. He's DJing, tell me who to tell to speak. I'm talking to him.
Pay him no mind.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be out here tonight. I'm honored to be on the same ticket as Kaleem Shabazz and the other Democratic candidates, Brenda Brathwaite in particular, who's also running next week. I, like Kaleem, don't have an opponent, at least an opponent that I know. And it's very important. I'm taking that same approach. And you can't ever let your guard down in politics. And you can't take your voters for granted. That's why it was very important that after I resounded winning the primary, that you still reach back out and touch the voters, because you don't want to take it for granted. And it's a bigger election at stake because we want to get the Democratic vote out to try to help the entire ticket as much as we can. We know they say historically it's a lower turnout. It's projected to be a very, very low turnout, but we're going to do our best to get the
person I've listened to in debates who have never held public office, let alone run for public office. I'm telling you, she's taking them on. She's taking on the incumbents with sound information that I believe will be the person that could be the next Freeholder-At-Large on the County Freeholder Board. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe the next Freeholder-At-Large, the Honorable Brenda Brathwaite.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
It's a pleasure to be here this evening. I'd especially like to thank our gracious host, Kaleem Shabazz, and to be in the same room with Ernest Coursey, Marty Small, Bruce Weeks, my principal. I'm sorry, Bruce Ward, I do apologize, sir.
It's okay, we did that all the time.
Okay, great, I'm glad you didn't take offense to it. Makes me feel good. And my principal, Dr. LaQuetta Small. I'm here because a lot of people are standing with me and they're standing behind me and supporting me. Today, for the first time, I had the opportunity to meet Mother Coursey. I had never met her before, but I did know her boys in growing up. I knew the history about her boys being on the fire department. I have also had the opportunity to educate her grandson. So there are a lot of people here tonight who are investing in the process to make it possible for me to become the next Freeholder-At-Large for Atlantic County. But it just doesn't stop with you. You have to go home. You have to go back to your organizations. You have to go to friends and family, and you need to talk it up. We still need to come out and vote. You heard it said from the best. You can't take it for granted. I can't take it for granted just because you're backing me here in this room, that everyone else will as well. So I need you to please go back, talk to friends and family, make sure they're coming out to vote. Have them phone a friend if they don't have transportation to vote. Pick up the phone, call myself, Mr. Shabazz, Mr. Small, Mr. Coursey. There isn't any way that we let even one vote slip through, because every vote counts. So I ask for your support not only here tonight, but I ask for it next week and in the days to come that lead up to next week. Brenda Brathwaite, Freeholder-At-Large, and thank you for listening to me, and thank you for your vote.